What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to Open Mic Live. We're about to get started, but first, as always, a word from our sponsors.
At InDigital, we know the public safety professionals hold themselves to a high standard. In fact, standard doesn't do it justice. In over 25 years working alongside you, carrying millions of calls over our IP networks, your dedication has inspired us. That's why our ESI Net goes beyond industry standards, not only I3 compliant, but designed to adapt to future development for a network you can count on when it matters most. Learn more at indigital.net.
Here in Greenville County, we have 8 different places where a 911 call can be answered.
It is the largest county in South Carolina. It's a challenge.
The type of information that a telecommunicator gets from Radius Plus is location-based technology. You can see where the caller is, if they have a medical issue, if they speak a different language. They're immediately able to text to that caller in their native language. It reduces response times because it immediately gets first responders where they need to be.
If Within the Trenches has ever taught you something, open your eyes to what it is like to be a 911 dispatcher, or has inspired you to become one, then help support us and join our Patreon. Get exclusive bonus content, one-of-a-kind swag, discounts on merchandise, ad-free early access to new episodes, and much more. To join, please visit patreon.com/WTT podcast. And if you're an industry partner, we have something for you as well. And now, for the show.
This is Jordan, and you're listening to the Code 7 Podcast Network.
Warning. This episode contains the 3 A's of podcasting: adult content, adult language, and awesomeness. You've been warned.
Dispatch.
There is no one over here to cook our lunch. We are waiting for our lunch, and there's no one here to cook our lunch.
All right, calm down. Where are you at?
The group home. Now, what are you going to do?
We'll get some help over there for you, okay?
Welcome to Open Mic, where we visit the lighter side of dispatch, because laughing is good medicine. Hey, yo. What is going on, everyone? Just a quick shout out. Rest in peace to one of my favorites, Scott Hall, Razor Ramon. Man, craziness. The bad guy. Welcome back to Open Mic Live, and it is St. Patrick's Day. It is March 17th, 2022, and I'm not sure, but it looked like there might have been a full moon outside. I don't know, the clouds were kind of blocking it a little bit, so maybe it's not. But if it is, ooh, I can only imagine what is going to happen tonight. And Zach, yes, Razor. Razor's Edge. Yeah. So for this live broadcast, welcome, sponsored by InDigital, Rapid Deploy, as well as Carbine, and a big shout out to patrons as always. I'm wearing this slick little hat. My family got me this to wear for today because they knew that St. Patty's Day was going to be today. So I'm wearing my green. Put that up there. It says love. But I had a bunch of people that were sharing pictures as well. And Selena says, no, thank gosh I'm off. Is it really? Is it a full moon? If it is, oh man, that sucks. That sucks a lot. But you know, there were times when I worked in dispatch and there was a full moon and on St. Patty's Day and nothing happened. There wasn't a lot going on. Even late at night there wasn't. And maybe it's because, you know, sometimes people know. They know that the people are going to be out, like officer wise, are going to be out during this time because we know that everyone's going to be out having a good time and stuff, or being at home. I don't know, you know, COVID is still around.
and it will be so. I don't know how it's going, but either way, thank you all for joining. As always, when we do open mic live, we check in with each other, and on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being crappy, 10 feeling awesome. How are you doing? How are you feeling? I'm at a 9, man. I'm at a 9 already going into this. It's been a good week. There's been a lot of good stuff going on. It's been very busy. It's been very busy though. I see people jumping in here. We got Gary, what's going on? And we've got folks coming in from Minnesota, from Indiana, and represent Indiana. Hoosier here as well. Yeah, throw in your numbers. How are you feeling? Like I said, I'm a 9. How are you feeling coming in? If you are under a 6, we will try to get those numbers up there. We've got some dumb criminal stories that I found online, as well as a couple different things I want to ask all of you just to see how you deal with certain things. Or if you've ever dealt with anything that I'm going to be talking about here soon. But as always, please throw in some reactions, share this broadcast on your page or to your favorite dispatch page. And thank you so very much for the support and everything. I appreciate it more than you know. Code for Cafe, what is going on? Yes, Ricochet up in this piece. It has been a while. Working 14s. What? For about the last year or so. Damn. That's a lot. Especially if it's nonstop, yo. Oof. Well, welcome back. I'm glad you're here. Hopefully we can get you up there, and we can all have some laughs and everything. Selena is a super duper 10. That's what I'm talking about. Gary feeling positive, getting the sling off tomorrow. Excellent. And a weekend trip. So that puts me at an 8. All right. Hasn't been that high in a long time. Well, that's good, man. I am glad that your number is up there, and we'll see if we can get it all the way up to the top. So recently I posted episode 430, and episode 431 is actually going to drop this Saturday, and that one is a Carbine exclusive. That one is with Amanda, and I want to play the teaser here really quick. Just let me adjust my audio here for just a moment. I got to turn off the mix minus so I can have the audio go through and you can hear this. So I want to share this because I want to show you the teaser here really quick. Again, this is going out this Saturday. Episode 432 is already on deck to go out for patrons, and then that is going to go out next week, Wednesday. So I've got episodes coming, and just excellent stuff. So let me do something here really quick, because it looks like Google Chrome must have updated, and so some of my features aren't in here. But it's going to be here in just one moment, which is crazy that it updates and then just doesn't, it just switches and stuff here. So let's see if it will allow me to do it. And we'll look at it here in just one moment. So this is crazy. So I'm just looking at some of the stuff here on the side, because the shit switches all the time. As I'm going through this though, the episode that is going to be coming up, 431, man, let me tell you, that is going to be an excellent one. We did this episode for about an hour and 15 minutes, I think it was. There was a lot of stuff that we had to talk about, but also this incident that she was involved in, where it was a save. It was an excellent save. She did such a good job. But also, there's a part in there where she talks about reactions from people. So let me ask you, and I want to see what you all think. But when taking Carly, what is going on? And Code for Cafe, ain't technology great? Yes, exactly. Especially when you're live, man. Especially when you're live and you're trying to get stuff to go on this, and it's like, nah, son, I'm not gonna do this for you. So then I have to, figure all of this other stuff out on the fly. So, when you're taking phone calls, okay, and people are calling in, whether it be a hard call, a good outcome call or whichever, it's more so the reactions, right? A lot of times it's the reactions from callers that get to us. It's it'll start out with a caller being, kind of calm, and then just gradually or almost just like that in an instant will just start going off, whether they're crying or screaming or whatever. And those are the things that stick with us, right? It's those reactions, especially those who are calling in, and then those reactions. What if there is no reaction? I think that sometimes is what's even worse, is when someone is calling for something that's, a hard thing that's going on, and they have no reaction at all. It's almost freaky in a way, right? So I want to know. I want to know from those who are here right now. Type it in there, throw it in the comments. I want to know what you think about this, because this is one of the things that that she talks about, is that um that's one of the things that really got to her, was the fact that when someone had called in, there was those reactions, and those were the things that really, really stuck with her. So again, I want to see from all of you what you think about this. They are in shock. Yes, you are correct. They are definitely in shock, and there's so many other things that are going on at the same time while all of this is going on. So I'm going to give you all just a moment to answer here. And people react differently to trauma. Yes. All right, here we go. Oh, you're still not letting me do it. All right, so I'm going to see if you can at least hear this.
I handled that call. I got the medics on scene. And, the whole time I'm giving her these instructions, I'm talking to my medics, letting them know CPR is in progress. Male's not breathing. He's been down for this long, blah, 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 blah. But that evolution into crisis is what got me. And it's not like the act of giving CPR. It's not the act of giving pre-arrival instructions. It is the reaction that gets you. It's the crying, it's the family. And I've given CPR instructions to a guy whose dad was, unresponsive and not breathing on the couch. And he was completely like stone-faced the whole time. Never reacted. But like that woman, it does something to you. And I had to go outside and cry.
So I want to know really quick, were you able to hear that? Throw that in the comments there. I want to know if you were able to hear that part of it, at least. Carly says here, had a lady that hit a person on the highway. She was hysterically laughing. That was her shock response. Oh, wow. Gary says sometimes that lack of any response makes you suspicious. Yes, can hear it. Okay, so everybody could hear it. All right, good. Good. That was one of the things I wanted to make sure, because that is one of the parts here that I just wanted to make sure that at least that audio went through, so that you could hear that. Now, there was something that I was going to show you all, and I wonder if it's actually going to let me show you this image. I don't think it's going to. Oh. All right. I'm looking here as well in your comments. I want to read these. These are important.
I handled that call.
Here we go.
I got the medics on scene. And, the whole time I'm giving her these instructions, I'm talking to my medics, letting them know CPR is in progress, male's not breathing. He's been down for this long, blah, 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 blah. But that evolution into crisis is what got me. And it's not like the act of giving CPR. It's not the act of giving pre-arrival instructions. It is the reaction that gets you. It's the crying, it's the family. And I've given CPR instructions to a guy whose dad was, unresponsive and not breathing on the couch. And he was completely like stone-faced the whole time. Never reacted. But like that woman, it does something to you. And I had to go outside and cry.
See, that's one of the things that we end up talking about as well, is the fact that, that she ended up having to go out and just let it out. When you get that chance and you're able to do so, you go ahead and you let that out. And that was, that was one of the big parts towards, I think, just like the middle, because I share everyone's story first, and then we start getting into some of the harder stuff and all. But let me tell you, it was an excellent session, episode rather. So make sure to look out for that. That's going to be coming up again on Saturday. That is going to come up, and I cannot wait to share that with all of you. Let me see here. Code for Cafe says, we had a 911 routed to our center from another jurisdiction where a guy said he just killed his son. He was relaxed and cool as a cucumber, and we were all speechless. The two calm and collected are eerie to me. Yeah, I agree, man. I definitely agree there that would be, oh, man. See, Gary says, some screams don't affect me while others hit really hard. Doesn't make any sense why it happens like that. That is true. That's another one. I'm glad that I was able to get this video to work. I know you had heard it already, but I wanted to show that, to be able to show that in there. All right. So that episode has been played there. Again, episode 432 is going to be coming up. And then a quick mention as a new media partner sponsor, RQI Partners. We did a reveal earlier this week, and there's a lot of cool stuff that we're going to have coming from that as well. So make sure to stay tuned for that. It's going to be excellent. Also, if any of you are going to be at the Texas conference in Galveston, I'm going to be there as well, and it is going to be an excellent time. I want to show you something here. So I'm going to be doing Imagine Listening there at the Texas conference on Monday. I believe it's April 4th, and it'll be at 3:30 p.m. Central Time. And so I'll be doing Imagine Listening there. But for those first couple days in the Industry Partner Hall, I will be at booth 126 with special guest executive director and founder of 911 Wonder Women Inc., Sarah Weston. We are going to be there in the booth, and I'll be recording episodes, and she will be, just talking with everyone and, talking about the nonprofit and everything that they're doing. So special guest Sarah is going to be there. It's going to be awesome. But also, if you're going to be there, we are going to do a giveaway. And I can't show the picture on the screen, so hopefully my camera will be able to show this well. And make sure to come up to the booth. Again, it's booth 126 where we're going to be at, and either throw your card in, or we're going to have some paper so that you can write your name and everything down so that you can put it in for the giveaway. We've got 3 giveaways, and this is going to be a shout out to my homie, Mike Aurora, who is out of Texas. And if you know him, he designs some amazing stuff, and he does challenge coin holders. He also does lights. Well, he does these little acrylic lights as well. And again, like I said, it's 3 giveaways here. So I'm going to see if you can see this. There it is right there. There is, and I just got a message. It's a Sons of Dispatch, Daughters of Dispatch, as well as the logo for 911 Wonder Women Inc. These are 3 different LED lights that we are going to be giving away. So again, if you are going to be at the Texas conference, make sure to check us out at booth 126. Throw your name in there, say hello, all that good stuff, and also go to my Imagine Listening session, and you will be in the drawing. Well, not if you go to the session. If you go to the booth and put your name in, then you will be registered to possibly win one of these awesome lights. So make sure to check us out, and also check out everything that Mike Aurora does. That dude's doing some awesome stuff. So if you are looking for some cool shit for your people for National Public Safety Telecommunicators Week, hit him up. Shout out to my homie Mike. He does some good stuff there. Again, that'll be at the conference, Texas conference in Galveston, and that'll be April 3rd, I think, is through the 6th. So again, check out for that. I want to go back in here really quick to the comments. Lena says, recently had a call from an obviously disturbed male saying he had 5 puppies, a hotel room, or in a hotel room, wanting to put them out of their misery. What? He only wanted to talk to a woman. I didn't have one on duty, and he wouldn't disclose his name, location, or phone number. The only thing I could think of was transferring him to an LEO. He instantly hung up with him, called me back, and called me every name in the book and blamed me for the death of all. What? So it looks like there's more to this. So right after puppies, all I see is I space CR and then ... So if there's more to the story, if you can copy and paste the rest of it in there, I'll read the rest of it there, but that's where it stops. But that is, whoa. That's one of those that I'm sure the voice, not just what the person is talking about, but their voice, their demeanor, like all of that is one of those that will end up, that can stick with you. I'm just going to wait here a couple minutes before we get to some of the other stuff that I was going to talk about, because it'll be a weird segue to go from this other stuff, from this story here, talking about dumb criminals and other things like that. So I just want to see what the rest of this is here before we jump to the other stuff. Oh, okay. Yes. That's one of those things. If you are able to do so. A lot of times, we end up going to the next call, and we don't get that chance until, it's already the end of the shift, and you're driving home, and then it just goes. I remember some of those times thinking that I already put it behind me because I was going right to the next call, and I'd be halfway home, and I noticed that I'm driving and I don't have any music on. I don't have anything. It's just complete silence. And it felt like it's what I needed, but I love music. So I'm always listening to something, or I'd be listening to other podcasts or something, but I'm always listening to some sort of music. But stuff like that, after a hard call, it would hit me halfway home. And I would know that it was affecting me because of that, because I would be in complete silence, because there would be nothing else going on, just me driving. And usually it would be just my one hand on the wheel and like me like this, with right on the door, head kind of on the window, and just driving. And sometimes there would be no other thoughts in my head. There would be nothing else in my head, just me staring at the road and just going. And it would be such a crazy thing. And then I would get home and try and sleep. Didn't always work. I would sometimes work out, or I would that early in the morning, when I would be getting home almost 5 in the morning, I would be grilling a steak for like steak and eggs, and then kill a few cold ones, and then try to force myself to sleep. And a lot of times that didn't work either. That's the version of me that I wish that I could go back in time to tell myself, a better way to deal with certain things. Because during that time, I wasn't really dealing with it. I was just burying it. But even though I say that I wish I could go back in time, I feel like a lot of that stuff that I went through made me who I am today. Because I'm able to share this, and I'm able to talk to others who might be struggling, and have them really move forward from where I was at, and to learn different techniques, or find different resources, or to just simply lean on someone. Just simply lean on someone, and have the courage enough to talk. Maybe that's what I would do. If I went back in time, I would simply tell myself, don't be afraid to open up. Don't be afraid to talk. Because eventually I did, which has led us to where we're at now, doing open mic, Imagine Listening, the I Am 911 movement, all of it, the podcast, everything I do is because I eventually started talking. But it took some time. It definitely took some time. Learned the hard way. But again, that's why I share what I share, so that you don't have to learn the hard way, so that it's just a little bit easier for you. But this is good. This is good. This is why we have open mic, so that we can talk and get some stuff out. It's not just about the funny stuff. There's hard shit that happens as well. And that's why we're here in support of each other. Healing, finding some sort of comfort and closure through the power of storytelling. So thank you all for being here, as always. See, Selena says, I should have went to the shelter and adopted a puppy. That would have made me feel better. I might have. Yeah, I agree. I probably would have felt the same way. After all of that, I've been like, fuck, I think I need to go to the shelter and get a dog. But that would be good too, to be able to come home to that, to the puppy, to the dog and stuff, because they give tons of love and everything, and it feels so good, right? It's very comforting. That's why a lot of dispatch centers have dogs that go in there. You got the canines that go in there and stuff, and people find a lot of emotional healing from that, and it's a very good thing. Carly says, then you end up with 4 dogs like me. That's funny. Okay, so I want to jump into this, because one of the things that I wanted to ask, and this kind of stems from a conversation I had in an episode recently, and I'm going to say this, I'm going to ask this, and I want to see if you have done this before, and if you feel okay enough to share, you can do so. If not, don't worry about it, because I'm not about to get anyone into any trouble or anything like that. But part of the conversation was, have you ever said anything out loud during a phone call? Have you ever said anything out loud and you thought you were on hold? Because there's a lot of stuff, right, that goes on. I'm typing something here because I want to remember this so I can share this story. I've shared it before, but I'm sure there are folks on here that have not heard it at all. So I want to make sure to share this. So one of the things is never trust the mute button. Yes. Yeah. Never trust the mute button, man. Especially when you're on the umbilical cord, right? When you've got, and just as an example, like it's got that, and usually they're black with a red button, but it's like this, and you've got that piece, and you got to hit it to mute when you're training. Or when you're training someone else and you're on that umbilical cord, you got to hit that button. And I was telling the person that I was talking to that I remember one time listening to a call. I hadn't fully gotten into taking calls yet. I was just observing. I was listening and watching, taking notes, all of this good stuff. And I thought I was switched to mute, and I wasn't. And I'm listening to this call and I went, oh no, or oh man, or something like that. And the person stopped talking. They're like, excuse me. And I went, and I hit the button because my trainer looks and is like, and I'm like, oh my God. They're like, don't kill me. Don't hurt me, man. Don't tase me, bro. It was funny, but also horrifying because and I don't remember what was going on. Don, why did I say that? In California, my homie Don, I called him Don, and now here, Don coming in, I say Don. What is going on? Oh, geez. Anyway, welcome, Dawn, to Open Mic. Oh shit. I was gonna say these ice things are sugar free, but I don't know, man. I feel like there's a lot of sugar in there right now. Oh, my face is hot. So, have you ever had a time when you thought you were on mute and you were not? All right, let me see. Carly here says, I had to tell an employee to be mindful because she muted and dropped the F-bomb. I reminded her and everyone on my shift that everything goes to court. Even if you are muted, it still records and can be played in court. You are correct. You are correct. Yes. And I know I've mentioned this before, but I had a trainee once who did not believe that at all whatsoever. And I simply picked up the handset and I said something like, this is recording right now. This is what's going on. And we're about to hear this in a moment. And I hung up and I had her go to the playback. And sure as shit, there I was saying everything I just told you right now. And she's, and I said, yeah, dude, they record everything. As soon as the phone is picked up, it's hot. Mm-hmm. It is hot. So be careful. Let's see. Don says, woohoo, I got you tongue-tied. You surely did. Thank you for that. Selena says, we have all been there. I called a frequent flyer annoying, thinking I was on mute. Oh no, that sucks. Zach says, oh dang, I'll never mute again. I'll wait until calls are over. Yeah, I remember I had another trainee once who was getting off the phone and they were in disbelief of what was going on in the call. And the person hung up, the caller hung up. And as he is going to hit the button to hang up because he had his headset on, I hear him go, holy shit. And then hit the button. I was like, dude, no. And he's like, what? And I said, play that back. And you can hear him go, holy shit. And he's like, holy shit again. And I said, no, man. I said, that's not a good thing. I said, every time, even if that person is hung up and you think the call is over, it is still recording. Still recording. The dude freaked out, man. And I was like, you better freak out. You better hope that nobody FOIAs that shit because you're donezo. You wouldn't be fired or anything, but you'd probably get a write-up. Code for Cafe here says, never trust a new phone system. I had someone call in. I verified her location several times and transferred her to our neighbors to the north. After transferring, She tells the other dispatcher she is at an apartment complex to our neighbors to the west. Thinking I had disconnected, I said, "Know where you're at," and dropped several colorful words. I was still on the line with the caller and other dispatcher. Oh no. Oh dude, that sucks right there. Devine, what is going on? Says mute buttons quit and open mics. Yikes. Came across a few doing audits. Dispatcher mumbled, "F an idiot," and the caller said, "I heard that." Hilarious listening to the dispatcher try to apologize and move on with the call. Yeah. How? Right? Let's just think about that for a moment. Marinade. Like, that gives me like anxiety, man, just thinking about it, because if I had done that, let's just say, you know, I had done this in that scenario, and the caller said, "I heard that," dude, that the caller would hear me go, they would not only hear me gasp, but they would probably hear that pucker factor. and me going, I am so sorry. Well, I probably would have been like, no, that wasn't to you. That was to my partner who's over on the other side, who is working on something that I had been trying to work on before, and I can hear them. That was not to you. That's probably what I would have done. I would have blamed it on something else. Been like, "I apologize. One of my coworkers right now is working on something that I was working on before. I can hear them over there, and that was for them, not for you. I apologize. I thought it was on mute, and I was just talking to them. Let's continue with the call." And if it works, great. If not, then, well, you're kind of screwed, man. Like, there's nothing else you can do, because you can't reel those words back in. You can't shove them back in. You have to deal with your mess up. And if you messed up, dude, good luck. Oh shoot. Let's see, Don says here, "I found out not long ago that even on a text to 911 call, our mics are open and recording." Yep. All the time. 24/7, man. Zach says, "It's even worse when you press the radio button during the call. For no reason, I said, 'Thank you.' Over the air, the officers responded with, 'You're welcome.'" Oh man, you made my eyes water. That was great. See, because I can see myself doing that. I can see myself being there on the radio. Like, let's just say, it's like a traffic grant or something that's going on, and it's multiple traffic stops that are just going and going and going and going. And afterwards I key up and just say, "Thank you." Just because. And I'm sure one of the officers, after someone said, "You're welcome," one of the other officers would send me an MCT message and be like, "Dude, why'd you say thank you? Like, what? Are you all right? Are you okay?" Like, did you mean to say that? Were you being an asshole over the radio? Were you telling us thank you for giving you all of these traffic stops, one right after the other? That is most likely how it would have gone down. Selena says, "Our mics are sensitive and can pick up background noise. Keep that in mind." Yeah. Right? What if you keyed up? What if you toned something out? Okay? When in doubt, tone it out. And what if you Elegant Central to Eastside units respond to, and everyone is listening, right? Because you hit that tone. Everyone in the county is listening to what is about to go out. And as you're giving out all the information, one of your partners on the other side decides to squeeze one out. they decide to fart, thinking that no one is going to hear it, but officers hear. And you're the one on the radio who's trying to talk through this as you heard your partner just crack one off. I don't know that I would have been able to get all the traffic out, especially. Oh, wait. Dawn says, Selena says, perfect tone. Oh, thanks. Dawn says, and who gets the blame for the fart? You know, it's you. Exactly. Right. Because you're the one who's giving this out over the air. And someone lets air out over the air. And because you're the one who's talking, everyone is going to think that you're the one who floated the air biscuit. Oh, that's amazing. Code for Cafe says, just the other day, one of our male sergeants keyed up advising his team was available. I said, 10-4. Good morning, ma'am. I quickly backed up and said, sorry, good morning, sir. That was the highlight of their briefing. Oh man, that is superb. That is superb. So I remember one time, and again, like I said, I know some of you might have heard this story, but I wanna say it again, because sometimes, like I said, you end up saying stuff that you can't take back. And yes, Dawn floated the air biscuit. That's right, farted. So I remember I was on backup phones and radios. My partner's on radios, and then we had a partner who was on main phones to the left of us. And she's on the line, and she put the guy on hold a couple times. Now, it was a non-emergency, okay? It was a non-emergency. But what happened was she couldn't really understand this person because he had a real thick accent. So we're listening to her, and I was monitoring the call, and I was like, yeah, I can kind of understand him. So I thought she was going to give me the phone. And because whenever anyone would call in, Spanish speakers, I would be the one to translate. We wouldn't go to language line or anything. I would be the one to take over and do the translations and such. So that's what I was expecting with this one. But it really didn't sound like, like Mexican or anything like that type of accent, real thick accent. So I wasn't sure myself, but I could kind of understand what he was saying. So she's getting frustrated, and he's getting frustrated as well because they're not understanding each other. And I was getting ready to tell her, just let me take it. And and she ends up saying, oh, hold on. I'm looking in the comments here. Sarah, my homegirl, what is going on? Vin, what's up, dude? Hello to you and Anthony. What is going on? Hello. So she ends up, excuse me, in their frustration, he's like getting upset with her, and she's starting, like, you can just hear right in someone's tone that they're getting a little, upset, and she finally says, like, she doesn't yell or anything, but she kind of raises her voice a little bit and says, "Sir, I don't understand you. I don't speak Spanish." And the dude, without skipping a beat, yells back at her loud and says, "I don't speak Spanish either. I'm Indian." and all you so that whole part of the story, we didn't know at the time, my partner and I, We didn't know that part because all we heard was her say that, and then her go, oh, okay, okay, hold on, we'll get this figured out. So the only reason we knew what was going on is because I played it back. I did the playback so I could hear it. And she had already said it, like, because she put him on hold, and she is like, oh my God, I can't believe I said that. And she's laughing, and we're like, what did you say? And then she told us, and then we were laughing. So I was like, I don't believe this. I'm gonna play it back. And I mean, I did believe it, but I was telling her that so that, we could play it back. So then she gets back on the phone with him, and what do we do as good coworkers? We decide to continue playing that part back over and over and over while she is still on the phone with the caller. It was the best thing ever. All I remember was her being on the phone, and towards the end of it, as we're playing it, repeating it, because I kept going back to the one part. I don't speak Spanish either. I'm Indian. I don't speak Spanish either. I'm Indian. And she flipped us off. So I just remember she's, her middle finger going up. But when she was finally off of the call, it ended up just being a motorist assist. He just needed some help with a tire. She was laughing. She was just dying. She was crying afterwards. She's just laughing, not crying because she was sad. She was crying because she was laughing so hard. And it was amazing. Let me go back up here into the comments. Dawn says, shoot, we have an LT who sounds and looks like a man. I still can't get used to her voice on the radio. Oh, jeez. Selena says, yeah, like vulva instead of Volvo. That's another one, man. Or like Grand Prix. Some people don't know that it's Prix, and people say pricks. I had an officer say that once. I'm out with the purple Grand Prix. And I said, copy on the Grand Prix. Until the officer, his FTO ended up correcting him, and he keys back up on the radio and is like, central correction, it's a Grand Prix. I was like, copy on the Grand Prix. Going on with Selena's here about the Volvo. She says, me trying to tone out a structure fire while giving back a tag, return to my officer, no take backs. Oh, that is great. Dawn, the hat, I don't know. I think my kids got it at like Hobby Lobby or something. Honestly, I think that's where they got it from, was a Hobby Lobby. Carly says, active registration, valid insurance with Victoria's Secret. I mean, Victoria, select, not a secret. Oh, man. That is funny. That is great. Whew. All right. So I want to read, because it's already going to be Kelsey. What is going on? Hello. We've got about 12 minutes or so before the hour's up, which is crazy. That went really, really fast. I have a couple things that I want to read here. Now I'm gonna read this, and I want to see. Actually, just out of nowhere, banned from Facebook Live. I remember. I remember you saying that you got banned from there. Well, I'm glad to see you here on YouTube. You're able to go there, and my mom is on. Woo! What is going on, Mom? Hello. Good evening. Okay. So this first story, I'm just going to go ahead and read it, and I'm sure you can guess what state it is out of. Because it seems to be the state where a lot of dumb criminal shit happens. So So here we go. Oh, got everybody saying hello to mom. Hello, hello. All right. So this is about so the police say that they arrested a man after they say he called 911 and requested them to test his meth. You heard that right. Police say that they arrested a man. This happened on the 14th. That they arrested a man after they say he called 911 and requested them to test his meth. Oh, right. We got people sending the stuff in. Okay, Florida has to be Kansas, Florida, Indiana, gotta be Tennessee. All right. So I'll start again. Police in Florida. Woo! For those who said Florida, well done. Well done, Florida man. Police in Florida arrested a man after they say he called 911 and requested them to test his meth. Deputies with the Hernando County Sheriff's Office were dispatched to a home in Spring Hill after a resident called 911 to request that a deputy come and test the methamphetamine he had bought. What? Are you kidding me? When deputies arrived, they met with the 41-year-old. Police said that the person told the deputies he had purchased meth from a man he met in a local bar and believed it was actually bath salts after using some of it. Okay, hold on. So he wanted them to test it because he thought that the shit he bought was bath salts. And he thought it was actually that after using some of it. So if you remember years ago when people were doing a lot of bath salts, and this was a lot of stuff in Florida as well. I'm pretty sure this is what happened in Miami. Because remember that there were some news stories that were saying like zombies, zombies out there, there are zombies out there or whatever. But it was somewhere in Miami where this person had taken a bunch of bath salts and like ate someone's face off, which is why they were saying that they were a zombie or something. So what was the reaction from this person who took it and thought it was bath salts? Is there someone out there with like a chunk missing out of their arm? Like, what the hell? So over here, it's so police said that the person told them he was an experienced drug user. He's professional. He's an experienced drug user, and that he had used meth before and, in quotes, knew what it should feel like. He then produced 2 small baggies. I have not read this. Not this far down. He then produced 2 small baggies, each one containing a white crystal-like substance, and handed them over to the deputy. And this is according to the sheriff's office. Police said the substance did not provide the sensation the person was expecting, which is why he called 911. This, my friends, is job security. What the hell? I got to read that part again. Police said the substance did not provide the sensation that this person was expecting, which is why he called 911. It was like, dude, I know that people usually call for really, really big emergencies, but let me tell you, this is an emergency to me because I recently purchased something. I don't know if I'm going to get in trouble for it or not, but I need somebody to come over here and test it because it's just, I know the way this stuff is supposed to feel, and it doesn't feel the same way. Like, it gave me the urge to like bite someone's arm. I think it's bath salts. I don't think it's meth. Oh my Lord. Wow. That is craziness. So the person goes on to tell the deputies he wanted his meth tested because he did not want other people to purchase fake meth from the man who sold it to him, the sheriff's office said, adding that he wanted deputies to, in quotes, put the person in trouble for selling dangerous drugs. Police said he was unable to provide a name or contact info for the man who sold the drugs to him. A deputy performed a field test on a sample of the substance from each of the baggies as requested. He did it. He did end up doing it. What? I got to find my spot again here. Yeah, here. Okay, yeah, right here. A deputy performed a field test on a sample of the substance from each of the baggies as requested. See? Both baggies tested positive for methamphetamine. So he got the right shit. He ended up getting the stuff that he wanted. Maybe it was like some Heisenberg Breaking Bad shit. That's why he was freaking out. I mean, they said it wasn't blue, but I don't know. So that's craziness. They tested it and it was legit. So the deputies then placed the person under arrest. He was put in the back of the patrol vehicle and then taken to a hospital after he began complaining about chest pains, where he was then cleared by a doctor. The person was charged with possession of meth and possession of drug paraphernalia, and his bond was set at $7,000. Dude, I think it happens everywhere, right? When you're in dispatch and someone is getting arrested and then they're not feeling that well, or there's chest pains or whatever, and then they go to the hospital. I mean, it's not like you're getting away from it. We're just going to wait for you and then take you in. Oh, man. Let me see. Let me go back up here really quick. Don says, I actually took a 911 call from a guy who said he hired a prostitute and she wouldn't perform and refused to give him the money back. You can't make this stuff up. You're right. Oh, man. Like, dude, what are you going to do, man? It's not like you're signing a contract or anything. Like, you got to do this, I'm paying you. You got to sign here. What are you going to do? Devine says, I had a call like that. Amazing. Selena says, that call would make my day. Devine says, refer him to 1-800-METH. That's methed up. That is crazy. Let's see. Don says, he got a free ride to jail. That's right. Go straight to jail. Do not collect $200. Selena says, I mean, he just does the drugs. He doesn't sell them. Job security. And then, see, chest pain from the bad meth or the realization of his stupidity. It could be both. It could be both. Verbal agreement, creating a special duty. Oh, man. Yep, that was that one. And I can't show the picture, but if you Google it, like I said, it happened on the 14th. The look on the dude's face is like, it's kind of, the look is kind of like, why am I here? They should have given me an award or something, or for wanting to help other people out. Oh, man. What? All right. So here's another one really quick. This one, Don says, tell us what we should Google. Make it easy for us. Just Google Florida man calls 911 requests. Oh, here, I'll just do this because this is the title. This is the actual title of the news report. So if you just copy and paste that, or hell, what am I doing? I have it open right here. See, now I'm stupid. Bam, there you go. How about I just share the link with you? Jeesh. That was easy enough, right? So, as we're doing that, here's another one, and I'll share this one as well. This one happened on the 15th. So, This one is about. Oh, wait. Selena says, my hubby is a cop and he's cracking up at this live. Good. What's going on, man? Okay. So this other one here, this one I think it's out of the UK or something, but I want to read this and I'm going to give you the link because you have to see the pictures of this. So it says, and I want to leave the last part out. Actually, I'm just going to go ahead and read through it. So it says, a UK driver who was arrested for reckless driving had officers in stitches after producing a license. I'm going to leave the part out where the license came from first. Okay, let me read the rest of it and we'll get to that part because and then I'll share the link because you have to see it. It is it's hilarious. Okay, so it says the driver was pursued from and if I am pronouncing this wrong, I apologize, from Bexley to Isle of Sheppey, I think that's right, and arrested for a multitude of offenses last week. So they apprehended this 21-year-old motorist following an epic chase. Okay, so it looks like this actually happened in February, but they posted the story on the 15th of this month, just a couple days ago. So it says the fiasco began after officers attempted to pull over an Audi A7, nice car, they had observed maneuvering recklessly all over the road near Bexley. However, the driver refused, resulting in a 35-mile chase that took them from southeast London to Kent. They were even forced to call in a police helicopter to aid in this pursuit. Okay, still with me? So eventually, the pursuing officers caught up with the knucklehead in Minster, Kent, after he ran out of gas. Whereupon they found a large stash of marijuana in his car, and that was only the tip of the iceberg. Okay, here we go. When the officers asked the Sheerness native for his documentation, he brandished a fake license he received from a Legoland in Windsor as a kid in 2003. You can't make this shit up, man. Okay, so here's the link. Here is the link so that you too can see the picture because it's funny. It is super funny. Like they block out the person's face, but it is a Legoland license. The funny thing is that my son, who turns 18 tomorrow, oh man, I'm feeling old, who turns 18 tomorrow, we had gone to Legoland back in the day. He was like 4 or 5, something like that. And he got a Legoland license too. Now there's a picture of the big ass bag of pot up in this piece too. But it says the cops joked in a tweet that the Legoland license was not the reason for the driver's dangerous driving. It was the large amount of cannabis. Along with not having a bona fide, I love the way they put that in there, bona fide. Along with not having a bona fide driver's license, the Lego maniac also lacked insurance. The last part of it says the miscreant was subsequently arrested at the scene on suspicion of dangerous driving, failing to stop, possession of a Class B drug, driving with no insurance, and driving with no license, per a police spokesman. Oh man, that is crazy. So if you have so let me read this part here because this is part I missed. It says the award, which is the driver's license from Legoland, the award is gifted to children who pass the theme park's driving test, which entails using a brick-built electric car to navigate traffic lights, roundabouts, Lego policemen, and even a speed camera. You can't make this up, man. You cannot make this up. I wonder how stoned the dude was, though. I mean, so if you looked at the link, there's a lot of weed in there. It's like a gallon bag worth of nugs. And that dude probably was probably like on Super Troopers when they're eating all that weed and the mushrooms and stuff, and the one dude sitting in back and he's like, I'm freaking out, man. That's probably what this guy was like too. He was driving and stuff and they're chasing him and he's like, I'm not sure what's going on, but I'm going to keep driving, man. I've played Need for Speed. I know what happens. I'm going to get out of here. And then they finally pull him over and they're like, can you give us your documentation? And the dude's like, fuck. Yeah, man. Like, I wasn't sure why you guys were coming after me, but just don't look in the back seat. Okay. Here's my license. Yeah, this is the one right here. And then gives him the license, and it's a fucking Legoland license. Oh my Lord. Let me look back over here. Selena says, I want a license from Legoland. And then she goes on to say, bona fide. I want to use that at work. Dude, do it. Use bona fide. Let's bring it back, because the only time I ever hear bona fide is on Popeye's commercials when they talk about how it's bona fide chicken. I like the word too, man. Let's use it. Let's see. Selena says Legoland DL is now suspended. Dude, that license he got in 2003, so that shit's been expired for a while. Let's see. Don says, sometimes, especially when I hear stuff like this, I wish I worked the road. Then I realize I would probably get fired. That's right. Oh, that's funny. All right, let's see. I hope that you ended up looking at the pictures, because it really sets it up. Like, it really adds to the story to be able to see not only the picture of the license, but the picture of the smoke, and then the the tweet that they ended up putting out there, because that tweet was hilarious, man. It was really good. Let's see. Devine says, give back a confirmed warrant as bona fide. Oh, that would be hilarious. You got a traffic grant going on. There's a lot of stuff going, and you're running people, right? And you got to tell them to hold. For in Michigan, our NCIC spot, statewide was called lean. So for lean, we would say, 10-4, hold on lean. And then if an officer came back and was like, can you advise the information on 29? Is that confirmed? And you come over and say, Central K91, it's bona fide. In reference to the 29, it'll be bona fide. The officer would be like, what? Central, do you mean affirmative? Like, is it confirmed? Affirmative. It's bona fide. Oh my God. Devine, if you end up doing that, I will FOIA the audio just to play it. Because that would be amazing. Oh man, that is hilarious. Yes, the hashtags are back. Hashtag bona fide. Add that to the cloud. Ooh. That is great. Don says, meth dude looks too fluffy to be a tweaker. That's true. That's true. Yeah, a lot of tweakers, they're a lot thinner because they don't eat. Maybe this dude eats bona fide chicken. Oh man, love that chicken at Popeyes. Oh my, wow. Holy moly. Carly says, that's a huge bag of weed. I know, right? There's a lot of nugs up in there. Selena says, Roxy putting in a request for bona fide. Oh man, that is great. All right. Well, we are past the hour, and I just want to share one last story on dumb criminals. And it's one that I've shared before, but just in case there are some in here who have never heard it before. I remember one night I was on phones and I got a 911 call from a guy, and he was pretty trashed. And you could just tell, and I said, Elegant 911, where's your emergency? And I hear, yeah, I need you to send an officer out to my house as soon as you can. I'm like, okay, what's your address? Just getting all the important stuff that I need to get as fast as possible. And I ask what's going on, and he's like, just dispatcher, just get somebody over here. I'll tell them when they get here. And I was like, sir, they're not just going to go over there. I need to know what is going on, because security, their safety, all of that. I need to know what's going on before they go out there. Are you hurt? Anything like that. I was like, no, I'm not. Maybe my pride, maybe that. I just need someone to get out of here, to get here as soon as possible. And I said, you need to tell me what is going on. Okay. I just need you to do your job, dispatcher. And the dude kept calling me just like dispatcher over and over. And I was already getting like annoyed. But we got to keep our cool. We got to stay focused. Right? Okay. So again, I'm like, I will get somebody out there as soon as I can, but I need you to tell me what is going on. I need an officer to come out to my house as fast as possible because I need him to give me a breathalyzer test. Then I didn't laugh on the phone. In my head, I was laughing, but I said, sir, okay, hold on. I just want to make sure that I heard you right. You want an officer to go out and give you a breathalyzer test? You're at home. Yes, I'm at home. I'm at home right now, but I was at this bar, okay? And they kicked me out. They kicked me out because I wanted more. I wanted more booze, and they said that I was too drunk, that I had too many. I spent a lot of money in their dispatcher, and that's why I want somebody to come out so that they can give me this breathalyzer test so that I can prove that I am not as drunk as they say I am. And dude, I was like, is this for real, man? And I said, sir, they're not going to just go out there to give you a breathalyzer test to prove something. You need to do your job, dispatcher, and then click. So I called the guy back because it's a 911 hang up, right? And I'm putting the stuff in a complaint already because 911 hang up. We're supposed to send people out to make sure that people are okay there. I call him back, and he's going off on me and telling me a bunch of shit and how I'm not doing my job. And he calls several times. So the only ones that were available at the time, because it was a weekend, it was craziness. We had drunk driving grants going on and everything, and tell him to blow in the phone. Yeah, he might have done it thinking, oh, this technology is great. You can just blow into the phone and you can tell me how drunk I am. Oh, I wish I could go back in time to say that, but then I probably would have gotten in trouble. Anyway, so I let one of the troopers know what is going on. And I was like, I got this complaint in there. And he's like, if he calls back one more time, we'll go out there and we'll arrest him for abuse of 911 and basically abuse of you because the dude was talking shit to me the whole time. And I said, okay, I'll let you know. So we just had the complaint there. And I had put in the narrative, because you always put the shit in the narrative so that people know what is going on or why, why you haven't sent anybody out. So I put in the narrative what the trooper had told me and everything. And just a little time went by and the phone rings again. And it's this dude. And I happened to be the one to get him again, like every single time. Because there were more people there was another person on phones, but I just, I kept getting him. And because I was dealing with him to begin with, I didn't want anybody else to have to deal with it. So I take the call and again starts yelling at me and saying, "Dispatcher, you need to do your job. Just get somebody out here." And I said, "You know what, sir? You're right. You're right. I apologize. I'm here to help. I am going to send an officer out there to you to give you this breathalyzer test. I'm going to do that for you. It's about time. I've been waiting here and I've got a point to prove." And I said, "All right." And I said, we'll get the officer out there. And he goes, "You need to make sure that you tell your officer too that I don't fuck around. Okay. It's just so he knows when he comes in here." And I was like, "Oh, all right. I will make sure to tell him that you said that." And at the end of the call, right before I hung up with him, I said, "So, sir, the bar that you got kicked out of is in the very southern part of our county. And you told me where you live, and you live in the most northern part of our county. How did you get home? Did you drive home?" And then silence. And then, "That's not the point. This is not the point." And I thought, bingo. Oh man, it was so good. The look on my face was that of the Grinch when he has that big ass smile. The same look that you all probably get like when someone is messing around on the phone and then you find where they're at. And you're like, "I'm sending somebody out there." Yeah, no. Oh, Dawn says, "And you said it with so much joy too." Oh, I did. I wish I had the recording because I remember saying it with the biggest smile on my face, and it was amazing. And no, Selena, he didn't hang up after that. I was just like, "Thank you for that information, and I will let the officer know." And he was just, "Fine, just get him out here so I can do this test because I know I'm not as drunk as they said I was. I spent a lot of money there. Thank you for finally doing your job, dispatcher." I was like, "You're welcome. They'll see you soon." So the officers go out there. And while they're heading out there, I tell the person on main radios to have the trooper go to secondary. And I go to the secondary channel and he's like, "Yeah, go ahead." And I said, "I just wanted to let you know that when I got off the phone with the caller wanted me to let you know that and I didn't drop the F-bomb over the radio because I didn't want to get in trouble. But I said, mess. I said, the caller wanted you to know that he doesn't mess around. So just so that you know, walking in, and he's very intoxicated." And the trooper keyed up and chuckled back and was like, "I'll keep that in mind, Central." I was like, "All right." They check out there. Not even 5 minutes after that, "Central, we got one in custody. We'll be headed to the county." And I'm over there like, "Yeah, don't stop believing. Hold on to that feeling." Oh man. Yep. Between that and "We Will Rock You," or "Another One Bites the Dust." You've all had those moments. I'm just talking shit about it now because that's exactly how I was in the room after that. It's like, "And another one comes in, another one, another one bites the dust." After that dude was just treating me like shit over the phone. Oh, let's see. Don says, I got that Grinch look once. Dude was a complete ass to me, and then I ran him for warrants. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Oh, snap. He had called because someone stole his lawnmower. You're welcome. Oh, that is great. Whew. Well, thank you all so very much for joining me tonight for another installment of Open Mic Live. I love being here with all of you. It's so much fun. And, being able to get these stories out and everything and just talking about a lot of different things. What are you at now? What's your number? I was at a 9 starting out. I am way past the 10 now. Again, this has been a lot of fun with all of you. It's that power of storytelling, and laughing is a good medicine. I hope your numbers have gone up. And Dawn, yes, I cannot wait to do this in person as well in Nashville. It's going to be an excellent time. It's going to be a lot of fun. I am excited for that as well. This broadcast has been sponsored by InDigital as well as Rapid Deploy and Carbine. A shout out to patrons as always. Thank you so very much. And a perk for patrons only is audio versions of the DRT, the Dispatchers Roundtable, Open Mic Live, as well as the media partner sponsor spotlights. Those are audio versions that go out to patrons only. So if you're a patron, you will get this episode in audio to be able to listen whenever you want and laugh your ass off. We had a lot of fun. I hope you did too. If you have any comments, questions, or you ever want to be a guest on the show, for the flagship show and all, that's going to be WTTpodcast@gmail.com. Once again, that is WTTpodcast@gmail.com. You can follow us on Twitter. That is @91podcast. You can like us on Facebook. That is Facebook.com/Within the Trenches Podcast. And if you are looking for any of that bonus content that I mentioned earlier, you can check us out and support us on Patreon.com/WTT Podcast. And the hats, I showed pictures with hats. The pre-order already was available for patrons, and we got a few orders there, and they are going to be going out publicly here within the next week or so. So make sure to check that out. But again, bonus episodes, patreon.com/WTT podcast. This can be seen on Facebook, Twitter, as well as YouTube. And then the flagship show can be heard 24/7 on Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify, your favorite podcasting app, and withinthetrenches.net. Have a good one, everyone. Have a good night. And we'll see you in the next one. And happy St. Patrick's Day. If you're working, do your thing. Have a good one, everyone. Cheers.